All right, Anthony on Air podcast back for another episode. Jay Sabs here with us. Today we're talking about a CNN contributor and member of The New Yorker who exposed himself on a Zoom call. I'm sure there's been a lot of Zoom
E.
mishaps happening. Apple is launching a MTV of their own. The Avengers are coming out to endorse one candidate. The kid from Home Improvement got arrested, and Adele is hosting SNL. We got a bunch of topics to go over here on the show today. But let's start with this guy. Jeffrey Toobin is his name. He came out and apologized today in this article for Vice. This is the guy. This is Jeffrey Toobin right here. You probably recognize him, seen him on CNN a bunch. I know everybody's really been active with the election going on, but the New Yorker has suspended him. Sources tell Vice it's because he exposed himself during a Zoom call last week between members of The New Yorker and WNYC Radio. Tuvin said in a statement to Motherboard, quote, "I made an embarrassingly stupid mistake believing I was off camera. I apologize to my wife, family, friends, and coworkers. I believed I was not visible on Zoom. I thought no one on the Zoom call could see me. I thought I had muted the Zoom video."
Oh, God.
You mute sound, you idiot, not video.
You know, mute your penis. Oh, God.
The New Yorker spokesperson Natalie Rabs said Jeffrey Toobin has been suspended while we investigate the matter. Toobin's Condé Nast email has been disabled, and he has not tweeted since October the 13th. He did, however, appear on CNN, where he is the network's chief legal analyst on Saturday. Jeff Toobin has asked for some time off while he deals with a personal issue, which we have granted, CNN said in a statement. Doubleday, an imprint of Random House, which published Toobin's latest book, did not respond to emails. Neither did Toobin's literary agent, Christine Dahl, nor Greater Talent Network, which represents Toobin. WNYC did not respond a request for comment.
Oh, boy.
I mean, what scenario are you on a Zoom meeting where your hoo-ha actually, makes like a little appearance?
I mean, or a big appearance.
Or a big appearance, who knows? I'm going to guess little, though.
Yeah. Well, so this happened to my husband on a call. Not to him specifically.
Right.
But there was probably 8 people on a call. And somebody in the call got up and started unzipping their pants.
Shut up.
And then pulled his pants out and took his shirt out and then tucked it back in. And he forgot that he was on there.
He did a tuck right in front of the camera?
There was no private part showing, but literally undid his zipper, took out his shirt and put it back in.
Oh my God.
I mean,
some people.
You get lost in it, I'm sure. And if you're on Zoom calls all day.
I'm sure if you're on Zoom calls all day long, you do get lost on it. Yeah. Plus you're home and you're relaxed and you're
Exactly.
you're in your sweats and whatever. You're in your jammies.
Go up there.
Yeah, get a little nose pick happening and everything like that.
A little
butt pick.
Itch. This is not Zoom, but a friend of mine, a friend of a friend, posted pictures of his member on Facebook.
Recently?
Because he thought he was up. No, this was years ago.
Oh.
He thought he was uploading different pictures. And people were like, "Hey, you just uploaded a picture of your member." So he had no idea.
Oh,
he was
God.
so embarrassed.
Yeah, you don't really recover from something like that.
No.
Because people see it. I mean, there's no not seeing it.
No, exactly. You can't go back.
And then
you just, yeah.
And then all the people that write you to tell you they're only trying to help, but you know that they've already seen it.
And sent it to their friends.
That's who was that guy? There's a Chris Evans who recently did it. He
Yes.
he had that picture out there. Yeah, that stinks.
Oh man, how embarrassing.
I don't know.
Not that I should talk.
That's true. You did do that thing with your boss, right? Didn't you do that?
Yeah, but it wasn't like my vagina, so
It wasn't real, but it was close to looking real.
yeah.
To reiterate the story quickly for people who didn't catch that episode,
I dressed up as Britney Spears during her flashing days,
right.
and under a skirt, I printed a picture of a vagina and taped it under my skirt.
So she printed a picture of the hoo-ha, put it over her hoo-ha, taped it so it looked like her, or it looked like Britney when she was flashing.
You got it.
And you were taking pictures with a friend of yours?
Oh my God, yeah.
And then you accidentally sent those to your boss.
My ultra conservative boss.
And didn't you work in a place where there was like glass and you could see?
It was glass and 3 people.
And you could see his reaction to it?
Click. Let me shut this. Let me shut this. God, it's so embarrassing still.
I just wonder how those little, like, do you think he was just like sitting in a chair and it was just like his little hoo-ha was just kind of sticking up from the, like, his little tubing, Jeffrey's little tubing was a little.
He was like, whoa.
Jeffrey, do you have a question? I think you have your hand right. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was.
Oh, God.
It's going to be the next Twitter thing, like how everybody was Mike Pence's fly. It's going to be Jeffrey Tubin's little, hi, everybody. I'm here. I'm in the Zoom call.
New Halloween costume idea.
Yeah, I'm dying to know what the full story is. This is legitimately just like breaking in the last hour. So I'm sure this is going to be a big thing because he's on CNN a bunch
or a small thing. I'm going to have to look this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's like the legal analyst on CNN, so it's not like he's just like the joke, guy. Yeah, he's like the guy. He's like, yeah.
Legal too.
When there's a legal analyst, they bring in this guy. I wonder what, I don't know if he just, took it out or forgot he was on the call. Did he think he hung up? Or like, there's a lot of questions.
Right. Like, why are you sitting there with it out? Come on.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, exactly. I've done a lot of like Zoom, like Zoom meetings, I guess, or whatever, one-on-ones, and a lot of that kind of stuff recently. I get fully, like, once I didn't get dressed, I wore just like sweatshorts, but I kind of get fully dressed up for them. I'm always terrified that they're gonna be like, "Can you stand up for a second?" Or like I drop something and you go to get
pick it up and your whole. Your big booty gamer booty is out.
Janine is obsessed with a comment by one of our very lovely listeners, viewers, whatever. Yeah.
Comment of 2020.
Do you want to talk about that next?
Let's go.
I don't even do I
well,
have
we
it?
get a lot of interesting comments.
Yes.
And one of the viewers, he usually comments on our stuff. But the other day, he commented on him with the flirting story.
Right.
And he said that Anthony's his type.
Which I'll take, as I've said 100 times. It doesn't matter if my interest is less. A compliment is a compliment. A flirt is a flirt. I'll take it. There was John right there. He was very nice. But he called me a, what did he say?
Big booty gamer. The big booty gamer type.
My favorite part is that he apologized to my wife and he used her proper name, Cuddles.
Cuddles, right.
And then said, "Hey, girl."
Right. So a little shout out to him over there.
Yeah, so there's a little shout out to John, who's honestly one of the best commenters. We have a lot of great people who write some great comments. But John has definitely been with us for like a couple months now since we revamped the podcast.
He stuck on. Don't know why, but he did.
Yeah. But it's true. I don't know what Big Booty Gamer is, but it made me feel good.
You still don't know. How come I knew right away what it was?
Well, I mean, I don't because this is like a podcast studio. It took like somebody to like be like, this is what every gamer studio looks like, which is, I guess that's kind of true. Most gamers have this kind of setup now, but that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. I also love how he took a shot at Frank and said, Frank's okay, but not as funny as Janine. Divisive comments like that I completely love. I love any bit of it.
Well, there's a lot of comments on there.
Well, there's a lot of bad comments, but that was still that was like in good fun, you know. That was in good fun. That one, I really appreciated that one wholeheartedly. I thought that was pretty funny. We have to talk about this young lady up in Boston because I feel like this is another thing that is just starting to trend a bunch. So because they're trying to get everybody to vote, which Jesus, Facebook, leave me alone with the registering to vote already. This is it's gone out of control.
Like, first of all, our vote doesn't even count.
Hello.
Definitely getting a lot of comments about that.
Electoral college. We don't even vote for president. Didn't you just love when people used to say that to you? Like, did you know we don't even vote for president? You're like, the electoral college, is that what you're going to give me? The electoral college now? Because they just read something on Twitter like 5 minutes ago and they think they're all empowered now. Like they got all the info.
It's from the internet.
Yeah, but it's out the social Instagram, Facebook. It's like it's like enough. Like we know we can vote. We get it. You know, we understand we can vote. You know, they were like, and there was no button to be like, I'm all voted up, guy. Like I'm good. I got it. I'm registered. You know,
right.
I can't even, and I haven't gone to my mailbox in a couple days, but I went few days ago and it was just jammed with cards. Right? Oh my God. And it's just like, I don't know why people still do. I mean, I guess it still works to a degree. I just don't know if I'm going to be like sitting there reading a card being like, this sounds good. Like I'll vote for the, you know, it's like,
no, sorry. It's not going to work.
There was 15 cards. That was the beauty part of it too, which is hilarious. There was like 15 cards. Where I live, I think there's really only like one outside of the federal things locally. There's like only one real race around here. The rest is like judges and stuff. And it's like, I wish I could have just taken a picture of it and been like, you sent, like each candidate sent me 7 cards. It was like one card would have been enough. I threw every single one of those mailers in the garbage. Every one.
How much did they spend on that?
Crazy amounts of money. Crazy amounts of money. Yeah.
For you to throw it out.
I read something the other day, and don't quote me on this, but the Biden campaign raised $383 million in September.
Oh my God.
In 1 month. How insane is that? I don't know what the Trump campaign raised because it was like a day before they were going to release it because they have to release all that stuff, and I don't even care to look right now. But the point is, I'm sure it's comparable to what he raised. $383 million in a month. Isn't that insane? Crazy.
No.
And they wasted on stupid mailers and just the dumbest stuff ever. You know?
God.
Anyway. So now they have these polling places everywhere, so you can like go and vote. All the NBA arenas are going to be places to vote, and I think some baseball stadiums and such. So up in Fenway, our Boston friends, this young lady shows up, and she's just, I mean, as Boston gets in this moment here. Here she is. This is from a news story. I set this up so everybody could see.
The lines were long and the enthusiasm was high among voters at Fenway Park this weekend.
I want to vote at Fenway because we've all been cooped up inside for a little bit, and I got my donkeys, and I'm ready to vote for Joe Biden, but I wish I was voting for Bernie Sanders. But it's a team sport.
Saturday marked the...
Her donkeys?
She goes, I got my donkeys, and she's holding up her Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Love it. That's as Boston as Boston.
Oh my God. I mean, I can't even. And her accent. I'm gonna just give you the audio one more time. And she goes like this. She puts her hands out like so like she's in a hip hop video when she says, yeah.
Fenway Park this weekend.
I wanted to vote on Fenway because we've all been cooped up inside for a little bit, and I got my donkeys, and I'm ready to vote for Joe Biden, but I wish I was voting for Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
Ready to go.
Oh my God. I've never heard anybody refer to Dunkin' Donuts as donkeys.
Me either.
You got a donkeys right there, J Sabs.
I do. I've been getting it more than Starbucks.
Is that right?
I have, but it's just not the same.
You know, it's not. And here's the weird thing, though. In the Northeast, like you go north of where we are right now, Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, they love Dunkin' Donuts.
Really?
It
See,
is-
I like the iced coffee, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not a big. I see. Growing up, we had a Dunkin' Donuts in the old neighborhood. So I
Yeah.
just I didn't even know anything. You're a kid. You don't know national chains or whatever. But Dunkin' Donuts started. I think it started in Boston or Connecticut, maybe. I don't know. It started up here somewhere in the Northeast, and they just love Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts. It's like a religion to these people. Like I thought Starbucks was crazy, like in Seattle and all, but Dunkin' Donuts is just insane. It's just insane.
No. Yeah, I'm a Starbucks girl.
Me too. And I think we talked about this on an episode like 10 billion episodes ago. But Starbucks is just so much better. Although I will say the espresso at Dunkin' Donuts isn't horrible. It's doable.
It's doable.
Yeah, but their regular coffee is, I don't know. It's too the acidity maybe. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. No.
I don't love it. Plus,
No,
I
me
will
either.
say there is something to say about Starbucks where you have that white cup with that light green thing. It's very like, I don't know. It's very like comforting.
And when Christmas time comes around, the
Yeah.
holiday cups, come on. Is there anything better?
You get excited about holiday cups. I know.
I did wake up early last year to get the like plastic reusable holiday cup. Because I was like, I am getting this.
Did you really?
Yeah. And I'm friends with the people there who work
Yeah.
there. They know me. So they kind of they were going to save it for me anyway. They're like, "Oh, we got you, Janine. We got you."
Janine, kind of a big deal. Got her Starbucks cup.
They know me, so
Got her thing going there. Yeah, but I don't. There's something luxurious about the Starbucks brand.
there is.
Where you literally do for like $6 feel like you're buying like a little mini vacation. To
I
me,
agree.
Dunkin' Donuts reminds me of like rowdy snack time, and everybody's handing out munchkins for their birthday, and everything's out of control, and there's it's just stuff is crazy, and it's like
Right.
it's just hectic and chaotic, and it's purple and orange, and it looks like it's just, I don't know. There's something just different about the brand. It doesn't
I agree.
convey like relaxation,
Like, if you want, like, we're gonna go out for coffee, you're not gonna just go to Dunkin'. You're gonna go to Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. And they just have like much more variety, obviously.
Yeah.
Their holiday drinks too are great.
Yeah, and they kind of started that whole trend. They kind of started
They
the
did.
holiday drink thing, and and
The
everybody else.
eggnog starts in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think so. Right around Thanksgiving or just
Yeah.
before. I love an eggnog latte.
I think October 30th.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Gotta get on that. Gotta get on that
Mhm.
quick. But Starbucks, yeah, they have this like. But I will say though, if I can go to a stuck up like yuppie, like just arrogant and insulting coffee place, that's the best coffee place there is.
It definitely is.
The more arrogant and whatever. I went to this coffee place in Jersey. I'll give them the plug. It's called Rook Coffee. They're actually like expanding in Jersey everywhere. I go in there and I go, "Can I get an iced coffee?" And she goes, "We don't do that here." And I was just like, "Oh,
Oh, right.
Okay, explain to me what you do."
Right. Okay, I'll be back.
I was like Jeffrey Tubin. I was like, "Oh, okay." I was so excited. I was like, "Okay, what do you do?" They're like, "We make coffee extract and then we make lattes out of that." And I was like, "Okay, sign me
Oh
up."
my God.
They're like, "Well, let me tell you about our beans if this is your first time." I'm like, "Yep. Here's a whole bunch of stuff I'm not going to understand, but say it
Yeah,
to me
exactly.
anyway." The more
But
you
I'll
talk
nod and
about,
smile.
yeah, the more you talk about the soil and the dirt and Arabica, this and whatever that, and yeah, I'm in. I'm all the way in. Tell me everything. I went to
Yeah,
one place.
I've been to those.
Yeah, I just went to one place when we went out to Rhode Island. Did I tell you this story?
No.
So, because that's my thing. Like, I'll look and I'll see. Give me I want the weirdest coffee shop. Give me the down home barbecue place. Like, I want to find the local spots. So I go and this one coffee place is like off the charts, 5 stars, whatever. The biggest complaint against this place was the line outside that you have to wait on to get. So I'm like, I'm in, right? So I go there and it's COVID times. So they're not letting anybody in. So there's like a table at the front door that you can't get in. So, but there's big signs and it's like, open, get this app and order your food and all that stuff. And then there's like, it's Black Lives Matter and like, yes, I'm like, yes, if you're socially into the whole cause of everything, you're making great coffee. You're right. Making great coffee. So, I go and I order coffee and a couple of things, and there's a guy and he's watering this like cactusy ficusy plant. There's like little plants on the table that's blocking the thing, and there's all kinds of other plants, and he's going around and I'm like, "Hey, I put in an order." And he's like, "All right, let me see." He's like, "Your coffee's ready." And he hands me the coffee. He's like, "But your food's going to be a little bit." So I was like, "Okay, no problem." I'm on a corner. It's like 6:00 in the morning. There's nobody around. They like just open. So he's like just watering the plants and everything. He's like, "If you want to go sit in your car and wait," I was like, I was like, "Is it a problem that I'm waiting here?" He's like, "Well, you're not really supposed to. The neighbors don't really like it. It was kind of like in a neighborhoody thing." And I was like, "Okay." But I watched this guy, and for 45 minutes, he just walked around and like watered the little plants and like put wet a sponge and put he was like wetting the leaves on the plants.
He was into his job.
He was the plant guy.
Oh my God.
That was Scott's job.
For a coffee shop.
Scott's the plant guy at the coffee shop. I'm like, this is going to be amazing. And it was phenomenal coffee. It was amazing coffee. The food is all right, but the coffee was like through the roof. I'm like, I can't believe they got a guy on the ficuses. Like he's just running around, just like sponges.
That's funny.
And I looked really close. I go, if this guy is singing to this plant. I couldn't confirm that he was because I was in my car, but I definitely saw his mouth like moving. I was like, I think he's like talking to the plant, like,
flirting with the plant. You've got nice stems.
Hero Soap Company sponsors this episode. They are the go-to soap for the Anthony on Air podcast. My absolute favorite soap. I actually didn't know I could love soap like this. I love this soap like Scott loves his ficuses up there in that Rhode Island coffee shop. I'll tell you what, I'll talk to the soap sometimes before I apply it, just to kind of like let it know I'm here and it's all going to be okay. I had the peppermint and cool. It was phenomenal. It made my entire bedroom master suite here smell like a spa. I loved it so much. Got that cleaning feeling, and with that cool, if you order any of their soaps with the cool, that gives you that little tingle when you use it. It's really phenomenally done. Very, very well done. No parabens, no bad stuff in there, no chemicals like the major national brands put in their soaps. This is all natural made right here in the USA. And this is a veteran-owned company. In fact, every time you buy a bar soap, he sends a bar soap to the troops. And part of the proceeds for every bar soap go to build homes for veterans coming back from serving, so that they can get into a mortgage-free home. So it's a really, really great cause. So if you buy a bar of this soap, you're not only supporting our podcast, but you're supporting our troops and our veterans, and that is incredible, all from just one purchase. We talk about high-end luxury brands like Starbucks. Like, this is in a waterproof seal so that when it gets to you, it is in tip-top shape no matter where you are. It's a really great product. I love those guys. Link is in the description of this episode. And, of course, you can save 20% off a subscription with the promo code Anthony. What is a subscription? Some people might be saying.
What is it?
You can get soap every month delivered right to your door, however many bars you want. You can get soap delivered every other month if you really want. Like, whatever you want to do. You can get 2-3 bars of soap a month or 1 a month, whatever it is. And you're automatically signed up, so you don't have to worry about your soap needs from here on out, which is an absolute blessing, J Sabs. A blessing.
Oh,
Yes. And all throughout the history of the company, not one member of Hero Soap Company has ever exposed themselves on a Zoom call. So that is
what
comforting.
happened to me?
I don't know what's going on. You're like the new Frank all of a sudden. We lost
Oh my
J-Sab's video.
God. If, oh,
Apple is launching a 24-hour music video channel. Do we need this anymore? Do we care about these things anymore?
I mean, it's nice to watch a video, like the WAP video. But, I mean, does MTV even play videos? I haven't watched MTV in I don't even know how long.
Well, here's my thing. I think
yeah.
music videos are still important. I just think people want to go see them on demand. I don't think people want.
To wait.
Yeah, I don't think
Like,
any.
I look like I'm in a video right now.
You do look like you're in a video right now.
I'm talking WAP, WAP, WAP.
You look like you're in an old Peter Gabriel video. There you go. It's amazing how when you wipe your hand, it actually does wipe it away for whatever reason.
Wax on, wax off.
That is
Wax
the
on.
strangest thing.
Wax off.
I don't know if this is going to be a success, but I don't know if it really has to be a success anymore because it's on Apple TV and they can put as many channels on there as they want.
Right.
You know,
So
they
it
could
doesn't
put
matter.
they could put the WAP video channel on there, and it'll just be WAP video, just one right after the next of the WAP video.
It's true. 'Cause, like, if I want to watch a video, I'm going to go to YouTube and
Right.
I'm going to search for it,
Right.
or Vimeo, whatever.
It's weird
I'm not going to have to wait.
because Apple is super good at making the hardware. Like, they're super great at iPhones. Everything else they fall short with. Like,
It's true.
Spotify is way better than Apple Music. Way better.
Oh, yeah.
And it stinks because Spotify is not as compatible with the iPhone as Apple Music is, you know?
It's weird.
Yeah, like they intentionally keep it out of Apple, you know, the Apple ecosystem, which is unfortunate. But even like for videos, like Apple TV, like Netflix is just way better, you know, and
That's true.
nobody.
Yeah, the only thing they had to make is phones. You're right.
That's really it. And what's crazy is even podcasts. They literally invented the podcast. It's called podcast because of the iPod. They invented the damn thing, and everybody else is beating them to the punch.
It's weird.
You know, yeah, it really is weird. Like Spotify getting Rogan and a couple of other people, they're basically outdoing Apple and everything else. Now, I think Apple is going to eventually buy Spotify, is my guess, but we might be reaching the point where Spotify may not want to be bought anymore, you know?
Oh,
I mean, I think that's kind of been
good
their
point.
Thanks, J Sabs. I do. There you go. You're back. I do tend to make an interesting point every now and then.
I pushed the button on the side of my leg, and that's what happened.
There you go. But I don't know. Like I just like curated music videos. I don't, you know, it's the reason why radio stations are losing out to Spotify and everything else. You can now do these things yourself. Although I will say, people do like having things chosen for them sometimes. You know, sometimes like when I get home and I'm tired, I don't want to roll through Netflix. I just want to put on TBS because I know they'll have Conan on or whatever. They'll have this or that, or whatever that I'll most likely like. You know, that's
a good point too.
That does still happen sometimes. But I don't know about this. They're talking about doing exclusive new music videos, premieres, especially curated music video blocks, live shows.
I guess we'll see
We'll see. Again, it's
how it fails miserably.
like just like Quibi did. I mean, Quibi failed
Oh,
miserably.
yeah, right.
We're a star-driven world now, unless you
What
got,
happened to Quibi?
they're still around, but they're trying to sell it. They're trying to unload it. It flopped horribly.
That's what she said, and it's true.
Like, unless you sign up, Cardi B to exclusively release her music videos through there alone,
Nobody's gonna really be interested.
nobody's going to really be interested in it. Marvel's Avengers cast is going to assemble for a Joe Biden fundraiser.
Oh boy.
Variety reports the blockbuster stars behind the billion-dollar franchise will soon get together for a virtual fundraiser set for October 20th. Don Cheadle, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Paul Rudd, Mark Ruffalo, Zoe Saldana, and the Russo brothers will reunite for some Q&A and trivia with Kamala Harris.
Ooh.
Who knew all the Avengers were Democrats, except for Tony Stark? I didn't notice. The billionaire inventor is not on this list.
No, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to vote for Trump.
He is Republican. He's like, you ain't
Trump
taking.
Stark 2020.
He's like, yeah, you ain't taking my inventions. That's for damn
Nope.
sure. TMZ is reporting that 39-year-old Zachary Ty Bryan, is that his name? The older kid from Home Improvement, was arrested in Eugene, Oregon on Friday night for allegedly strangling his girlfriend. According to a police report, neighbors called the Eugene police after they heard Bryan and his girlfriend fighting in their apartment complex. Upon arrival, they found Bryan sitting outside his apartment with his girlfriend at a nearby friend's residence. Bryan's girlfriend told the Eugene PD that he had put his arms around her throat and squeezed. She also reported that Bryan tried to take her phone away after trying to call the cops and before she ultimately escaped to safety. Eugene PD booked Bryan on 3 charges: strangulation, 4th-degree assault, and interfering with making a report. As of press time, Bryan is currently in custody at Lake County Jail, where he will have plenty of time to reflect on what happened. He was on Home Improvement from 1991 to 1999.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that how long the show was on?
Yeah. Yeah, he was on the whole run. I guess he's on Fox now. I never see him on Fox News, though.
Me either. And I know you're a big Fox News guy anyway.
Massive Fox News guy.
Huge.
I follow it all now like it deserves to be followed, like a wrestling, like WWE wrestling.
Right.
But 8 years on network TV in the show on prime television, like this kid's a millionaire and he lives in an apartment complex in Eugene, Oregon.
What's he doing? Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't have Tim the Toolman Taylor to help him out.
No, he does not.
Stupid sound.
Look, who am I?
The neighbor.
Wilson, the best ever.
Wilson, there you go.
Adele is going to host Saturday Night Live this weekend. Her will serve as the evening's musical guest.
I can't wait for that.
I will be honest with you. I always think a little less, though, of a musical guest that hosts and isn't also the musical guest.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, because sing this song. Like, who's that kid that we all love that dresses like a girl now? Harry Styles. Harry Styles went on there and he hosted and he sang and he wore his little grandma's,
Yes.
He likes wearing those little grandma collars and everything. Good for him. He wore that out there. He sang his little heart out. Then he went and acted his little heart out. That's a host,
Yeah.
That's somebody who gets the job done. If you can sing.
Wait, she's not going to sing or she is going to sing?
She's not going to sing. Her is going to be the musical guest. H-E-R.
Oh, I thought you were
H-E-R
saying,
her.
and her is going to be the musical guest.
Yeah, no, sorry. H-E-R her. That's another artist
Okay.
altogether. Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what she looks like because she lost a lot of weight.
Yes, it will be. I am dying to know what she looks like. because she's been just doing these like little thirst trap,
Yes.
things and catching a little flack for them too at times. She caught a little flack for this one. I don't know why. The Jamaican thing or whatever it was. I can't remember
I saw that one.
why people were momentarily upset and really angry for 3 seconds and then forgot about it the next day.
Is that her or Katy Perry?
It kind of looks like Katy Perry, actually. Good point.
It does.
Good point. Yeah, that looks like I mean, she's almost unrecognizable though.
Yeah. She lost a person.
She lost a whole entire person. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I thought I mean, she's still beautiful, but she was beautiful back in the day.
Right.
And especially like she had like, I always feel like people they always go just a smidge too far with that weight loss. You know what I mean? Like 15, 20 pounds ago, she was like perfect, like fine, like land the plane there. But no, she kept going and, now we got what we got. But I don't know.
All right. We'll see her.
We'll see her on Saturday Night Live. We'll see how she does. Does anybody even care about the host right now? I feel like everybody just cares about the cold open sketch, and that's really it. They want to see the political sketch, and then
they fast forward through the rest.
Yeah, that's basically it. Outside of Bill Burr lighting everybody up, like we never talked about that, but we both thought he was great.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to watch it again. I just kept seeing like things all over. Like people were outraged.
People got mad because he said that white women hijacked the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah, the whole woke movement and everything else. And
yeah. And I didn't actually see him in the sketches though. Did you?
He was good in the sketches. He wasn't great.
I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, some of them kind of fell short. I think if you're a fan of his, which I'm a fan of his, they were really kind of funny to do. There was one sketch where he was like this sports anchory crazy guy, and on the other side of it was like this crazy sports anchor guy, the random hot girl there who hosts and says nothing in the show, and then the black athlete on the other side. And that was the premise of the sketch. And so he was like egging on Kenan Thompson was playing the athlete. He was egging him on because he never pays off his bets. And he had won like he picked a game or whatever and got the bet right. But just prior to the start of the show, somebody else had been battered by the police. Another black person had been battered by the police. So they were kind of giving their thoughts on it. So the athlete was like, it's a tough time now. But Bill Burr had already started in motion all these things because they bet a steak dinner. So Burr had like the restaurant come down with like a chef and he was cooking the steak right there. And so he was like, I didn't know this was going to happen. He's like trying to call it all off, but it was all in motion already. It was kind of cute.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, it was a cute episode. But yeah, like I don't think we're going to get better as a host since that. I don't know who the host was this past weekend. I don't even know.
I don't even know either.
Yeah, Isaiah somebody or something or other.
I don't even know.
I watched Bert Kreischer's The Cabin on Netflix.
How was that? Because it keeps coming up.
Huge fan of Bert Kreischer. I thought it was just okay. It wasn't
okay.
It was like a little stagedy or whatever. I will say, the first episode is good with Tom Segura and Joey Diaz. But there's an episode where he has, who's the guy from The Soup?
Oh, Joe McHale.
Joe McHale. He has the Nikki Glaser, Caitlyn Jenner episode totally stinks. It's awful.
Oh, I have to watch this then.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch one and then give you my opinion.
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would love for you to watch one and give me your opinion. There's only 5 episodes. There's an episode with Joe McHale, Kaylee Cuoco, and Miss Pat. I don't know who Miss Pat. I don't know who she is.
I don't know.
I don't know what she did before this. She's a comedian. She's a comedian. She's a big black girl, very, very funny. She did not know who Kaylee Cuoco was from Big Bang Theory, and she just shits on her for this entire episode.
Really? Okay, then I have to watch this one then.
That episode was phenomenal, but you could tell it was getting awkward and like they didn't. But she never. This Miss Pat never gave up giving Kaylee Cuoco a hard time. Right up to the point where Kaylee Cuoco had to leave. Like she was just like,
Really?
going after her.
God.
Oh, it was
Yeah, okay,
very
so then I have to
funny.
watch this.
Yeah, if you watch one episode, watch that one. It was the 4th episode, I think it was.
All right.
So that was my streaming weekend. Have you streamed anything recently?
We watched Bly Manor.
What?
The haunting of Bly Manor.
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Mm-hmm.
You love
Look
all
at
these
your face.
Halloween things. Yeah, you love all the spooky, scary. Is it good?
Yes. It was good. It wasn't as good as like the first part, which is The Haunting of Hill House.
Okay.
It's good. It's
And-
not as scary as there is drama.
Okay.
So there's a good story. You'll have to watch it.
And that's Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jay Sabs, I think we'll leave it there.
Have a good day.
Yes. Stay safe, everybody out there. And don't forget to vote.
Don't forget, I was just going to say that. Don't forget to vote, even though it doesn't count.
Don't forget to grab your donkeys and head on out there and vote. I just love she's my favorite new person. I just love the way she says donkeys.
Donkeys.
I want to vote on Fenway because we've all been cooped up inside for a little bit, and I got my donkeys, and I'm ready to vote for Joe Biden.
All right. We'll see you on the next episode for sure. Appreciate you guys watching and or listening. Don't forget to rate and review on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on Facebook or YouTube and get those notifications. It's the bell on YouTube and it's the like button on Facebook. Hover over it and say you want to see our posts first. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.